Hi everybody, it's Father's Day and I'm out here tinkering in the garage. Just wanted to give everybody an update on the system. One of the things that I did over the last few days is I had a little bit of trouble with the wiring. I've studied this enough to know that you've got to be precise on a couple of these wiring diagrams, and I had everything precise. I checked it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I mean, went through it and went through it and went through it because I was having trouble getting the system powered up. Even the lights on the charge controller, the power light would come on, but this light wouldn't come on, which is the current mode, and it wasn't showing me that it was working, even though I had power coming from the open circuit power from the solar panels were 20, almost 21.2, and that's the open circuit rating. And when you put the load on it, it's supposed to come down to 17.5 or 0.8 or something like that. So I wasn't getting any power from the batteries, any acknowledgement that there's any power that was clearing this box. So I took everything apart. I think the problem's in this watt meter. I think it's something's wrong with it. So I took the watt meter out, put everything back together. I took new wires and put it directly to here instead of through the meter. So now everything's hooked up. All the circuit breakers are open. I've got my wires into the battery, and they are currently charging. So now we just started the test a little while ago, so I wanted to show you the test. This is the charge controller. Again, 3,000 watts, 6,000 surge, and I'm going to show you that it seems to be working fine. Now, what I do have, and I got to call into the Harbor Freight company because this doesn't seem to be working, which is a current level, and I don't know why. So I've got to figure that out. Anyway, everything else seems to be working fine. Now we got the inverter on. This is a fan. I do not know how many watts this is. 120 volt. It's pulling 7 amps. So I don't feel like doing the math. It's Father's Day. So, but as you can see, this is working fine, and that's on the highest setting. Okay, so we have an extension cord. So we have this plugged in directly, and we have the light plugged in directly, and then we have an extension cord to show additional power. So that's the first thing we turned on. This is a 100-watt bulb. You can see that that's burning fine. So now I got the fan going and a 100-watt bulb. I think this is one of those 13-watt or 60-watt 13-use fluorescents. See, I'm not getting any flickering or any surging. All right, so I haven't looked at this, but my guess is this is this grinder's probably 500 to 600 watts would be my guess. You can see it's running fine. No flicker. I got one little flicker when it started up, which meant there was a surge. I don't know what this is. Probably 300-400 watts. Probably 300-400 watts, I would guess. You can see still no flickers, fans going, lights going. So you can imagine that if we were in a camper, or we're going to test, we have the New Wave infrared plates. We're going to bring those out and cook a meal on it. We're going to end up taking it camping because we got our tent. We're going to set up and see if we can totally and completely survive just off of that electric light. So that's about all the update so far. I don't know that there's anything else after this other than to bring you up to speed on why that inverter's not showing the current power. So anyway, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to me. Bye-bye.